Hello, everyone. Welcome on back to Survival Challenge. All right. So, first things first, we have all of the olives loaded up already, and I did set this to auto sell the rest, which I don't think will sell yet. Where's olives? Yeah, there's 7 liters in there. Not much, but I don't think it sells until top of hour, which, I mean, 7 liters is not going to be much. Plus, I think it takes like 10%, 20% cut, something like that. It's quite a bit. It is a decent amount. We have our first 2 pallets of raisins there. I did get that all switched over, of course. So yeah, the agenda for today is hopefully to get the cow pen. Obviously, we'll hopefully get that cut today, but we'll get hay and stuff put into the cow pen right away. We have that field there to spray. And we have soybeans to hopefully sell. Last I checked, the price was going up. Let's see, 21.41. So I'll try to remember that and make sure it's not actually going down, because there is sometimes when it shows it's going up and it's actually going down. I don't think that's necessarily a problem with the game. I think that might just be a weird nuance with the mod. At the end of the day, if it's a good price, it's a good price. You're going to sell it anyways. Even if it's backwards, you're not going to miss out on a ton, so it's not a huge deal in the end. You know, if you're looking at it every month, you're going to sell it, you know, so. This is actually struggling a little bit going up the hill. This does need to go to sell everything. Farmer's market ain't bad either, though. Both work, at least. Yeah, we're working a lot of different things right now. We're working on a lot of different things. Obviously, I think I'm going to primarily do water buffalo for the cow pen. I think that makes more sense. It would obviously produce less milk, but we can make buffalo mozzarella, which is a really good product. And we don't have 2 different types like I did in Poligny, which I had obviously regular cow milk and then obviously water buffalo milk on top of that. You know, it's 2 trips every day basically, and just having one might be nice and simple, easy to keep track of. Only have 1 production being made out of it too. And besides, we already got the goats and everything that are making milk on top of that, so. This should be, I want to say 60-some thousand, was it? I don't remember how much this was. It wasn't 60,000. That's clear. I guess it was 65,000 with a $9,000 environmental score reward. Which, last I checked, the score is looking fantastic. Last I checked, it was 99, I think it was. Yeah, still sitting at a solid 99. We have 2 fields. Oh, these were 100. I checked just last video. I'm not sure if I got it on camera. I'm pretty sure these were not 100 just last month. I'm not sure how that happened. The one field shouldn't have even really changed. Well, either way, it's our base one didn't change, and that's where our environmental score reward is based out of. We'll get this over here and let's get that placed. Let's go. I haven't checked the sales. Anything nice? That is, it's tempting, but we don't really need it. We don't really need it. So we'll go into here, and the one I kept looking at, I do like, was this one. I do like it. I feel like it's a lot more compact. Obviously, I did want to mention, I know I've said I want to put a shed, where are we? In here, somewhere. I need to, honestly. I just haven't. I've been a little bit lazy. Just getting something in here so I can kind of put the tractor under cover. Just something just even small. And probably something I can drive through. But I'm not sure what options I have that fit that exact criteria. That is pretty exact criteria that would need to be, so. I thought I found something I liked before, but possible I just don't have it now for some reason, or I went by it. I know I wanted something, it might have been this one, but I just wanted something that would fit in here and just let me still drive through it, and I can easily keep things under cover, you know. I'll try to do some of the cutting the trees off camera, maybe after this one, maybe. It's not a needed thing to do, so I'm not that concerned about it. So let's do this one. I just like it more because it's a little bit more compact. That's really the main reason. And let's try to push it up against here nicely, while keeping a fairly... Oh, I don't want to obviously be inside of the shed. Overlaps with another object. That is mainly because there's probably grass or hay somewhere down here. Probably over here somewhere is my guess. Oh, now it's letting me. Weird. Honestly, that angle looks to be kind of how I want it, so I will push it a little bit far. Oh, I want to push it a little bit farther away, just so I have a little bit more room in between. Place it, and this is with the, yep, pasture can be custom. Do you want to customize the fence? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So we'll go out here. I don't want to go too wide, and then we'll go all the way up here, and then I'll try this. We want to plant meadow, sure. That looks, yeah, it fits pretty well in there. I try to curve around the whole thing. That looks really good. I do need to obviously do a little bit of flattening on the edge. I didn't think about coming out of this road. We'll see if I'll be able to make that turn. Honestly, that's a pretty tight turn. I didn't think about that. I did not think about that. Curious, how much can we put in here? What's the capacity? You could probably make that turn. Where is the capacity on this? 102, so we gained, what, 22 in that process? Never makes any sense how that works. We probably doubled the size and we got 20 more. Yeah, we got a nice big pen for them. I'll have to get some hay in there, and then what's the capacity on the food? 200,000 liters, so quite a bit. 100,000 liters on slurry. I kind of wish it was a little bit more, but not terrible. And we'll try to get some hay in there. That way they have some food, and I'll get some water buffalo in there a little bit. In a little bit. I often want to make sure there's food in there before I put animals in there. That would not be very nice to put them in there and be like, well, I'll give you food eventually. You know, I'm not sure when, but you'll get food eventually. Let's do steering assist to make this nice and easy. And off we go. Well, I think I'll just go ahead and start my time lapse here. We'll get this all finished out, and then we'll probably start getting that filled with some hay in there, and we'll get some water buffalo in there probably, and then we'll try to get that grass field cut hopefully today. So I'll text everyone once the time lapse is done.
dark haze, polarized gaze, trying to find my way to you, where the spaces can't erase this. You're the feeling that I choose. I'm tired of running, 'cause you lost the feeling. You're disconnected in your touch. Are you...
Alright, so we're just about done here. So we'll get everything finished out, then I'll grab the JCB, wherever that is hiding. I think it's... Is it on the forge wagon? It might be, actually. You just can't see it from here. Yeah, I think it is. You just can't really see it. Actually, I'm going to drive around this way. I just want to see how driving by that area is. Make sure it's somewhat flat. I'll see, it looks fairly flat. But we'll drive this way, then obviously we'll end up driving that way when we go to fill it up. And I might, honestly, to avoid damaging the crop, it might be best for me to come in on that side, then come out the other side. It might be. I'd be able to manage my entrance point a little bit better, at least. Alright, so we'll just put probably a full thing of hay. Actually, I think there's hay in the silo. I seem to remember putting hay in there. I'll say I don't know how many I'm going to get in here. Yep, there's 24,000 liters of hay. I want to say it's a fairly large capacity, like 50,000 liters. Be under that. Be under that. Yeah, I'll get this topped off, and then I'll put everything in there. It'll be like 45,000 liters or something like that, and that should easily keep them at least through the month. I don't want to put too much in there just because I'm still kind of hesitant on if I want to try to do total mix. Obviously, it makes sense because you get that bonus percentage. What, 20%? It's actually a pretty decent amount. Let's see, does it say? Yeah, the extra 20% basically, yeah. But it is a little bit more work. A little bit more work. Which is fine, but I'm going to try to enter this way. I think this would be the best way. Honestly, there's just a hair of a tilt to it, like an angle, that honestly isn't too bad. Let's do first person. I want to get this switched over. Right, we'll dump that. Oh, there we go. That should get them going for a while at least. Though I probably won't fill up the pen, at least not immediately. It's not the plan, at least. I might put 50 in there though, and we'll see. I might kind of vary the ages a little bit and try to do what's most cost effective, but also allow us to get milk fairly early on. I'll probably end up keeping this grass in here, honestly. And I have enough space in here, I could still kind of back stuff in here and store stuff right there. Right, let's see here. 18 months can reproduce. I want to do a fairly good amount of these. I just realized these are really expensive. Wow. They're really expensive. We'll do 45 of them. 57 grand. And we'll buy some of these, like 10. And we'll just do 5 of the really young ones. So we'll start with 60 total. Still, what, 42 to grow? And as soon as the, 45 that I have that are older reproduce, and I don't know, I think it's like 10 months or something. It's a decent amount of time. Then the pen will be full. Pretty early on, it'll be full. All right, well, here is the mowing setup. This is it's a pretty good sized grass field, really. We'll get everything unfolded. This is the first time I've cut this field, which kind of makes sense. Oh yeah, this says the turning wheels on the back for the mower. It almost makes it a little bit harder to back up. And we'll do it there. And front, a lower, and I'll want to do steering assist on this. I don't see the lines. We'll turn that on, and then we'll grab this. We'll lower it for the time being. Oh, there they are. Then we'll want to turn that on, and it should be making a swath too. Yep. We'll make sure you get this done. I don't know if it'll take too long to do. We should have environmental bonus for this up. It's actually 91. It dropped our score. pH. What do you mean pH? I did the lime on this. Maybe it'll go up. Maybe it'll go up. But I know for certain I did that, so. Well, I think I'll just go ahead and start with time-lapse. We'll get the mowing and probably picking it up done. And then we'll worry about getting the soybeans sold. So I'll talk to everyone once the time-lapse is done. Alright, so there we go. We got the entire field cut and picked up. I'll have to check on how much I got. It had to be quite a bit. Well over 200,000 liters. Cause, heck, I got like 5 total, like full trailers. If not more, honestly. And then we also got, obviously, this partial one, too. So we will drop that and turn off the JCB. We're back up to 99. This is still 97. It is nitrogen. And like I said, we probably will need to spray this with liquid fertilizer. We can do that next month. So I'll probably try to do it then. Let's see. Soybeans, that's an outstanding price. I am very much happy with that. It's going to take 2 trips to sell everything. Yes. Even with our semi-trailer, it'll take 2 trips. We'll get this filled up. A lot of different products that this can hold. There we go. Second one will be like a partial. It'll be like 20,000 liters. Actually, no, it wouldn't be 20. It'd be like 12. So, majority of the price we'll be getting is from this. Yeah, next time I will try to remember to get that fertilized. We'll see. I'm gonna try though. I just know it's gonna be, from the point I'm recording this, probably like 5 days or so until I record the next time in Survival Challenge. So obviously I might forget things in that time, but I'll certainly try to get it though. Now we'll get this brought over to sell everything. We'll get it sold. It is possible. Well, we'll start next month because I gotta do the fertilizing. But we might be skipping a month in there, maybe 2, because we wouldn't have much going on. I think we don't have a harvest for a month or 2, maybe. Yeah, it would be a pretty, it's kind of a lull moment, really. It's not much going on. Alright, so let's get this sold. In total, it should be, what, 160,000 plus will be the environmental bonus on top. Obviously, it's 160,000 including the, like, 12,000 that's still there. That right there is 150,000. We brought it down to, 300 and some thousand, and I was like, dang, I'm trying to get it low, but it's going to be over 500,000 again. And we raised the difficulty to normal, which basically cuts every price in half, from what I could tell. Which I'm thinking I might try the next survival challenge. I might start it on that. Obviously, I know it's gonna be a ways away. I haven't even really thought about it, but that is a thought of maybe either starting it immediately or setting a start point of where I raise it to. Obviously, like the first so many are always very, very difficult, so maybe try to not make it slow in the beginning. Maybe have like the first 10 episodes will be on easy, and then I raise it. Because the first 10 is where you're obviously kind of getting things going. Your first crop or 2 will be done in the first 10. Well, a lot of the different things that you need, you're going to do pretty early on. It would add a challenge, but I also, you know, I gotta balance, make sure it doesn't make it slow. It's kind of a balance in there. I have time to think about it and how things will work and yeah, all that. Obviously, what we're on episode 56. We got a while until to even worry about the ending of this one, and more than likely it'll be a break in between, even a month or so, a month or two. I want to jump right back on the horse, you know, immediately, because always obviously can be a little bit mundane and lets new mods come out. That way, I'm not just doing the same thing. I try to use different ones. So obviously, like a sawmill probably wouldn't happen unless there's a different cheap sawmill. Stuff like that. But yeah, that's not even a concern right now, so. Or maybe I'll start it on normal and, you know, start with more stuff. I don't know. It's time to think, you know, I have plenty of time to think about it and how to do things, so I'm not going to stress about it now. But we have almost 13,000 liters here of soybeans to sell, which should easily bring us over the $500,000 mark. Yeah, easily. We were what, $32,500? So not too bad, not too bad. Anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.